Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Spoonful of Species, your go-to place for conservation through baking. My name is Caitlin, and I'm an interpretive naturalist with years of experience telling the stories of animals, both aquatic and terrestrial. I'm also an avid baker, so each week I bake an animal-themed dessert and then discuss the conservation stories for that animal and hopefully help you learn a few fun facts along the way. This week, I made strawberry anemone candy. This caramel-like candy, which is strawberry flavored, was then cut into cute little anemones and topped with fish sprinkles. To make your anemone candy, you will need 1/2 cup of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of strawberry flavoring, red food coloring, 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 8 tablespoons of light corn syrup, 1/2 cup of sweetened condensed milk, and 4 tablespoons of honey. To make your strawberry anemone candy, first grease a baking pan with butter or oil. In a bowl, mix flour, the xanthan gum, and salt together and set aside. In a saucepan, combine your butter, sugar, corn syrup, condensed milk, and honey, and cook over a medium-high heat until it melts and then boils, stirring constantly. Turn your heat down to medium and let simmer until the candy reaches about 235 degrees Fahrenheit, stirring frequently to avoid sticking. Remove from heat and whisk in your flour mixture, flavoring, and food coloring. Pour the mixture onto the greased baking sheet and smooth into an even layer. Let cool for about 10 to 15 minutes before you start shaping your candy. Now, anemones are cnidarians, which means that they are cousins to jellyfish and corals, and all cnidarians share a few traits that are very similar to one another. So they all have radial symmetry, which means that they are symmetrical in a circle, and they all have tentacles, which they use to sting and capture their prey and to defend themselves. And they all have a central oral disc or a central oral mouth, which is the only opening that they have in their bodies, and they're all very squishy animals. Now, anemones, while sharing all of these similar traits, can be very vastly different in size and shape and even the habitat in which they live. There are over 1,000 species of anemones, which made it really difficult for me to decide which anemone to choose today, but eventually I went with the strawberry anemone for obvious reasons because I made strawberry anemone candy. Strawberry anemones have a tiny, small body with many teeny tiny tentacles all the way around and small little bulbs on the end of those tentacles. They're usually pink in color, which is how they get their name, the strawberry anemone, but they are one of the smallest anemones, that being only about an inch wide, fully grown. And these anemones are so cute. They're one of my favorite species of anemone. They're adorable. But don't let their really adorable little bodies fool you. These guys are ruthless. So strawberry anemones are known for kind of attacking other anemones and other corals nearby that might want to take up the space that they want on the ocean floor. They have these little bulb-like stinging tentacles underneath their bodies, along the edge of their tentacles, and they use those to kind of sting their enemies over a long period of time. Their stinging cells wouldn't hurt you or I because they're so small. But if you are teeny tiny or smaller than a strawberry anemone, look out, you could be in trouble. Strawberry anemones don't just use their tentacles for fighting though, they also use them to capture their prey. So when I say capture their prey, they're not out hunting or looking around for food. They have to capture their food passively. So they just kind of wait for an unsuspecting fish fry or small crustacean to come by, and they sting them and then will bring those tentacles to their mouths in the center, scrape off their food, and enjoy a nice delicious snack. Cut your anemones with a sharp kitchen shears, pizza cutter, blade, or knife, and shape into your anemone shapes. Sprinkle with your fish sprinkles and enjoy. Strawberry anemones can be found on rocky reefs and are also often found in tide pools. And where you find one strawberry anemone, you often find many strawberry anemones. That's because these anemones can reproduce in two different ways. One is called longitudinal division, where they bud off from one another, basically or essentially creating strawberry anemone clones. And so all of the anemones next to one another in a patch of strawberry anemones are all related. So it's like one big happy anemone family. In fact, these anemones can grow in spaces over 10 feet, which means that that is enough space for over 1,400 strawberry anemones to be living right next to one another. The other way that they can reproduce is just the way that all anemones reproduce, which is sexually, releasing sperm and egg into the water, which combine to become little baby anemones that float around, settle out, and continue to grow. Strawberry anemones are not threatened right now, but a combination of global climate change, pollution, and overfishing or bottom trawling in the ocean are all having negative effects on our rocky reef ecosystems. So rocky reefs are where strawberry anemones and many other animals live and rely on for their survival. And if the reefs go, then so do those animals we love, like these cute little squishy strawberry anemones. This week's conservation initiative was the National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration's work, not only protecting our rocky reef ecosystems, but also creating over 40 acres of new rocky reefs right here in Southern California. If you want to help strawberry anemones right from home, you can do one of two things. One, if you live near a coastline, download an app called iNaturalist, and anytime you see a strawberry anemone, take a photo and post it to that website. Scientists from all over the world are using iNaturalist to help them find out more information about the animals that they're studying. So you can help just by taking a picture. You can also help support the National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration by donating to their cause, because they're doing awesome things, and it's really important that we support these guys any way we can. And last but not least, use your vote. Anytime that you can vote for environmentally friendly practices, please do. This has been another episode of A Spoonful of Species. My name is Caitlin. If you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, like, subscribe, and follow me wherever you follow people, and I will see you next week.